All right, Coach, autumn in full swing, and it is decently chilly, but all in all, a pleasant day here at FedEx Field just outside of the District of Columbia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Watch the safety creep. Shift. Check three. Bang. Go. Bang. Kill.
On first down, Connor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
I'm coming after you. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Ship. Tighten up.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Going to throw right side here, complete. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Come on, set. It's 6 yards. 55, Mike. Here we go. Out. Slam. Kill. He's coming. Hey. We got double up.
They'll run on first down. Connor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Hey, turn it up. Slam. Hey, watch that. Under 10. 10. Chest. He's checking. Crash. Look at that. Check nickel. 36. 30.
On 2nd down now. Connor. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Mike, here we go. Hey! You don't want nothing.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go. 20!
Hey, watch the slant.
Watch this.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for Philly. 78 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking to throw, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
I'm coming after you. Mike 28. Got to do better. Come on.
Now Haskins, third and long. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free, and the Redskins scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. On 1st down, Connor. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
2nd and 5 now. Haskins uncorks one for Davis. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 58 yards.
First down and goal to go.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Look, 64. Wait. Check. Crunch. 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 Check. Check. Hot route. Hot. Hot. Check. 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 Check.
Now a give right side. Connor. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Eagles.
These two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Empty.
Check.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
It's just me and you. Sponge. No.
Two jet. This by 7.
Wentz now on first down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Montez Sweat. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Wentz to throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Haskins. And his throw is incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
We got trips over here. Trips over here. Let's overload. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in. Focus, defense, focus. Mike, 28.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Kill. 22, Jet, Bravo. 22, Jet, Bravo. Check 25. Rush in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The Redskins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
31's the mic. Time to go night.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here we go, dude. Here I come.
They'll run on 1st down. Bridges. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Here we go, here we go. Waiting!
Check, check. Watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, D.
Here, here.
All day, all day.
57, 57.
Right there.
What's that?
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Got his man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly.
1st down, Eagles.
Here we go, pack that. Ready! Let's go, great, great.
Check, 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 check.
On 1st down, Bridges takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check 24, check 24. Check, 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 check. Watch safety green, watch safety green.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Watch the twitch.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Go, go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tyson, Tyson.
Here I come again. Here I
Eddie Weapon.
come again. He's coming. Double up, double up.
What's that?
Here's Sanders. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Watch out, watch out.
Watch right 57. Recon, 132 fighter.
Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, wahoo!
31's the mic. All right.
Let's 5-7.
To throw is Wentz. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he will find his man on the outside. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Haskins now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Haskins looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
On first down, it's Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. On play action, Haskins. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Incomplete. It's now third down and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Haskins on third down. He's going to rifle one deep left. That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
Come on, fellas.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Another run with Sanders. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run on first down. Sanders. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
5.
Set the tone, defense.
87. Send one Wentz.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He's going to air one out. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 35. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Switch gears.
They'll run with Sanders, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check. Slam. Check 99. Check 99.
They'll keep it on the ground. Connor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protein spill.
Check four.
Sunday.
Play action. Now Wentz. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Redskins scoop it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Great 15.
Another run here with Sanders. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And some room to work. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10th. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Benny Snell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now Haskins on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this third quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Redskins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Haskins. Uncorks one for Davis. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On second and 2, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
54.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And all the way down to the 26.
Here we go.
A big play there for Philly. 42 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing his Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Watch the safety creep. Shift. Check 3. Check three. Bang, bang.
Man, 5-7.
Bang, bang.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain there of 21 yards.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So after the INT, here's Wentz. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers. Advance.
Defense wins championships, baby.
On 1st down, Bridges. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
46 down, man, 5-4.
Wentz to throw. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now Wentz. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 23 yards, the final tally. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Wentz now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on first down. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Showing it, showing it. Switch.
On third down, Connor. They find some open field here. The 40. The 20, 10, and a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.